Hey everyone, let's get real for a minute. Have you ever felt like you're running on a hamster wheel that's on fire, doing everything for everyone, smiling through the chaos, but inside you're just done? If you're a woman over 30, you probably know this feeling all too well. This isn't just tiredness, it's a deep, soul-level exhaustion we rarely talk about. We're told to push through, get a better planner, or treat ourselves to a pedicure. But what if the problem isn't us? Today, let's pull back the curtain on why so many of us are burned out and why it's not your fault. Grab something comforting, get cozy, and let's have a real conversation. Let's start with invisible emotional labor, the constant work of managing not just our own feelings, but everyone else's. It's remembering your partner's big meeting, soothing a child's tantrum, keeping family harmony, and making sure everyone feels heard. This work is essential, but it's invisible and unacknowledged. There's no gold star for navigating a tense dinner or comforting a friend. We start to believe it's just part of being a woman, not real labor. But this emotional heavy lifting is exhausting. It's like running a background program that drains your energy all day. You're always anticipating needs, de-escalating conflict, and absorbing everyone's stress. Over time, pouring from your own cup without refilling it leaves you empty. The expectations don't stop, so we keep trying to give from an empty vessel. We internalize this exhaustion as a personal failing. Why can't I handle this? But we're carrying a weight that was never meant to be carried alone. The first step is to name it. This is emotional labor, and it's real work. Acknowledge its value and its cost. When you find yourself managing everyone's emotions, pause and recognize it. Just naming it is the beginning of reclaiming your energy. That's how change starts. Now let's talk about the armor we wear: perfectionism. We believe if we do everything perfectly, look perfect, work perfectly, parent perfectly, we'll avoid judgment and shame. But perfectionism is a heavy shield that keeps us from being truly seen. The pressure to be the effortlessly perfect woman is relentless and impossible. We set impossibly high bars, then feel shame and self-criticism when we fall short. This cycle keeps us in a constant state of stress, with our bodies stuck in fight or flight. Overachievement becomes a way to prove our worth, but the finish line always moves. We never stop to ask if the ladder we're climbing is even against the right wall. The way out isn't to try harder, it's to embrace imperfection and self-compassion. It's about having the courage to be average, to be messy, to be human. Good enough is good enough. Letting people see the real, unpolished you is where true connection happens. That's where we can finally set down the shield. You were worthy all along, and that's enough. Here's a tough truth. Many of us put everyone else's needs before our own until our own needs disappear. We call it selflessness, but when caring for others means abandoning ourselves, it's self-neglect. Ignoring our body's signals for rest or our heart's longing for joy sends a message. You don't matter. Over time, this leads to real physical and emotional consequences: chronic stress, resentment, emptiness. Think of the airplane safety rule. Put on your own oxygen mask first. Tending to your needs isn't selfish, it's essential. Reclaiming yourself starts small: 10 minutes of quiet, making that doctor's appointment, saying no so you can rest. It's about tuning back into your own body and heart. Put your own name back on the list, move it closer to the top. You can't pour from an empty cup. Self-care is not an indulgence, it's survival. Start with one small act of self-kindness today. You deserve it. The hardest word for many women to say: no. We're raised to be helpful, accommodating, and nice. So we become chronic people pleasers. We say yes to everything, even when we're exhausted. Each yes is a small withdrawal from our energy bank, and soon we're overdrawn. Boundaries aren't just about saying no, they're about protecting our time and energy. They're invisible lines that teach people how to treat us. Without boundaries, our lives feel out of control, and resentment builds. Setting boundaries can feel uncomfortable, even scary. But the discomfort of setting a boundary is temporary. The exhaustion of having none is chronic. Clear is kind. Unclear is unkind. When we're honest about our capacity, we allow for real relationships, not ones built on self-sacrifice. Saying no isn't rejection, it's self-respect. It's saying, I value my well-being enough to protect it. Boundaries change everything. Practice saying no with grace and firmness. You're allowed to protect your energy, and you're worth it. Let's talk biology, because hormones matter. As we move into our 30s and beyond, hormonal shifts, estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, become more pronounced. Perimenopause can start in our mid-30s, bringing anxiety, irritability, and emotional rawness. Lower progesterone means we're more sensitive to stress. Sleep gets disrupted, and fatigue, brain fog, and mood swings follow. These changes layer on top of life's demands, making burnout even more likely. It's not just stress, it's biology. Too often, these symptoms are dismissed or misdiagnosed. Recognizing the hormonal piece is validating and essential. You're not broken, your body is changing. With the right support, you can address it. Knowledge is power. If you're a mother, you know the mental load. The invisible, never-ending spreadsheet in your brain. It's not just the physical tasks, but the planning, worrying, and anticipating that keeps everything running. This project management of family life usually falls on women. Even when you're relaxing, part of your brain is still organizing. The mental clutter is exhausting and leaves little room for creativity or presence. The fear of dropping a ball keeps us on high alert. Like emotional labor, the mental load is invisible to others. To lighten it, make the invisible visible. Write it down, share it, and have honest conversations. It's not about blame, it's about sharing responsibility. You shouldn't be the only one carrying the spreadsheet. True partnership means sharing the load. You deserve support. We carry so much inside: grief, anger, disappointment, guilt, often unexpressed and unprocessed. We learn to stuff emotions down to be strong, to not be a burden. But emotions are energy, they don't disappear when ignored. Unprocessed feelings get stored in our bodies, draining our energy and fueling burnout. Suppressing emotions leads to numbness, disconnection, and exhaustion. Especially for women, anger is often silenced, turning inward as guilt or depression. But anger is a signal, a messenger that something needs attention. Healing starts by creating space to feel, journaling, talking, moving, or just having a good cry. It's not wallowing, it's metabolizing. Let the emotional energy move through you so it no longer weighs you down. Releasing the unsaid frees up your life force. Give yourself permission to feel. Your emotions are valid. Processing them is an act of self-care. It's how you reclaim your energy and your wholeness. When was the last time you felt truly rested? For many women, sleep is the first thing sacrificed to get it all done. We see sleep as a luxury, but it's a biological necessity. Sleep is when our brains and bodies repair, process, and restore. Chronic sleep deprivation sends cortisol soaring, disrupts mood, and primes us for burnout. For mothers, interrupted sleep is a special kind of torture. Even when kids are older, we stay on alert, never sinking into deep rest. Our culture glorifies hustle and treats sleep as weakness. We need a shift. Sleep is the foundation of health. Prioritize sleep as a non-negotiable boundary. Create a wind-down routine, turn off screens, ask for help. Treat your bedtime like a critical meeting. Reclaiming sleep is reclaiming your health and resilience. It's the most powerful step against burnout. After years of running on fumes, we can lose touch with ourselves. We get so caught up in roles and tasks that we forget who we are at our core. The things that once brought us joy fall away, and we stop listening to our own needs. We live by external rules, not our own values, leading to emptiness and alienation. Disconnection from self is the deepest layer of burnout. We lose our intuition, our sense of purpose, and our why. We hustle for worthiness, forgetting it's inherent. Reconnecting is a journey home, asking, what do I want? What brings me joy? Create moments of stillness, even just 5 minutes. Turn your attention inward and listen. You are worthy right now. This is the bravest work you'll ever do. Start today. We've walked through invisible labor perfectionism, self-neglect, leaky boundaries, hormonal storms, the mental load, unprocessed feelings, sleep debt, and disconnection. If you recognize yourself in any of this, know you're not broken and you're not alone. Naming these struggles is the first step toward change. The answer isn't more hustle, it's more humanity, more compassion, more rest. This is a journey of unlearning and remembering who you are. Let's have these conversations out loud, connect and heal together. The journey back from burnout is the journey back to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. You're worth it.